and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by Logic Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against those goals are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at Logic Dolphin on Twitch, Twitter, Discord, YouTube, pretty much any avenue. Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, Aeon's End, and Spirit Island are all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, and One Deck Dungeon is also available on Switch. And Sentinels of Earth Prime has been successfully funded and is on track to launch early next year with the following great features. And with your help even more, although that literally just ended today, but it did fund and hit some of the stretch goals. You can find all of those games and more at handelabra.com. And with that, oh, hi, John. With that, we play new weekly one-shot, except that's technically, oh no, actually no, it is still active. It ends at 8. Okay. I know that, like, if you open this up at 6:58 and then you talk about the intro for 4 minutes and then you click this button, it shows the last issue, which is funny. But actually it's 8 o'clock that it rolls over, I guess, because daylight savings or something. Oh well, it's not going to be a problem after this week, or actually not even this week, but it's not going to happen because starting next week I'll be back to Thursdays because of scheduling things. So yeah, we're just gonna go along our vintage one-shot line here, going up to the Curious Case of the Missing Socks, the back issue that ended last August 29th, 5 years ago, 2017. Actually, this is the one shot that would have opened up this week 5 years ago in 1 hour. A series of mysterious clues put Setback on Night Mist on the trail of a dangerous gang of villains. Setback is kidnapped, but in a daring escape at sea, he meets the wise scholar, and together they track down the gang in a chase which takes them from the undersea ruins of Atlantis to a mysterious Egyptian... Ooh, that's misspelled. John, that's misspelled. Should be I-A-N, right? Egyptian, not Ion, right? Unless it is Ion, I just never knew. Yeah, when I search Ion, it's giving me Aeon. Ion. To Mysterious Egypt Ion Tomb. Along the way, they join up with a traveling musician seeking to help stop the gang. Can Setback and his friends solve yet another baffling problem? This one shot requires Mini-Pack 2, Infernal Relics, Vengeance, and Villains of the Multiverse. The Curious Case of the Missing Socks, starring Ambuscade, Baron Blade, Le Capitan, and Greaser Advanced versus Setback, Scholar of the Infinite, Argent Adept, and Night Mist in this thing, Tomb of Anubis. The Egyptian Tomb. Oh man, do they not proofread these things? It's been sitting here for 5 years. So lazy, developers. Just kidding, of course. I do see the beta channel, which announces, hey, this weekly one shot is up 24 hours early for you to proofread. And then no one proofreads it. I blame the playtesters on this one. They clearly didn't bother. It's not an issue at all, of course. I'm just memeing. Last week we got 2 near mints because I had to rewind, but they ended up being first try victories just with rewind. So we're kind of on track for first try victories. Let's see what happens today. It is time for you to face my supporting cast, Slaughterhouse 6. Alrighty, team, we can do this. Wait, where are my socks? Did I forget socks again? All right. Setback has 2 plucky breaks, a reckless rush, and wrong time and place. Scholar of the Infinite has Don't Dismiss Anything, Know When to Turn Loose, Offensive Transmutation, and Solid to Liquid. Argent Adept has Alacritus Abdominant, Counterpoint Bulwark, and 2 Vernal Sonatas. Night Mist has Heedless Lash, Oblivion, Planar Banishment, and Scouring Mists. So what's going on with this team? So Ambuscade starts with a Nemesis. At the end of his turn, deals each target next to a snare 3 melee damage, but if no damage is dealt this way, the top card of Ambuscade's deck is played. But at the start of the game, cards are revealed from the top of Ambuscade's deck until 2 snares are revealed and put into play. We have 2 snares and a nemesis, so actually it is possible for him to deal 3 damage if a target next to a snare exists, which doesn't always happen. Because 2 of the snares do not play next to a card. I think the others do. Play next to, play next to. Is this in? Oh no, this isn't even next to, this is in. Is that? Oh no, this one's next to, right? Yes. Wow, there are 8 snare cards. Only half of them play next to someone, so. So most of the time he's playing 2 cards, but that's fine. Baron Blade starts with genetically fused physique and a device. At the end of Baron Blade's villain turn, Baron Blade deals the hero target with the lowest HP and himself 2 melee damage, but reduced damage dealt to device cards by 2. So devices are gonna be persistent. La Capitan starts with Chiquito. At the end of La Capitan's turn, not villain turn, just turn, if Chiquito is in play, La Capitan deals the hero target with the highest HP 3 energy damage. If not, Chiquito is moved from La Capitan's trash into play, and the hero with the most cards in hand discards 1 card. But also, at the end of La Capitan's turn, 1 hero ongoing card is destroyed. Oh boy. 1 round for destroying an ongoing card. Oh boy. That's annoying. And then Greaser. Living Paycheck is put into play area of the hero target with highest HP, and then Pokeball Pompadour is put into play. Greaser's nemesis is any hero character card in the same play area as the contract card. At the end of Greaser's turn, he deals each hero character card in the play area with the contract card 2 energy damage. But also, whenever Greaser deals damage to a hero character card, that hero's player must either discard 1 card, destroy 1 of their ongoing or equipment cards, or deal themselves 1 psychic damage. And here we have a tie between Setback and Scholar for highest. So we have snares going into play immediately, device -2 damage taken, ongoing card destroyed, and whenever damage is dealt by Greaser, it's either a card discard, destroy 1 of their cards, or deal themselves damage. So we have Raymanta, Rigged Net. Alright, so Raymanta at the end of Ambuscade's turn deals damage and destroys any equipment cards. We're also destroying equipment cards. Cool. Fantastic. Rigged Net. Whenever the target next to this card would deal damage, prevent that damage. Is there self-damage here? Sort of. Just not in the right order of operations here. He deals another target damage, which will be prevented, and then deals himself damage. Rude. And then this is... Oh, he deals himself the damage. The Scholar has discarded 0 cards, since there has not been a previous turn for the Scholar. But we could prevent the self-damage here, which is okay. I mean, I'm probably going to... Flush to Iron. I mean, I could don't dismiss anything. That's a pretty fast start. Oh, what am I talking about? We don't have... I thought we had the card. I was just assuming we have keep... I guess I thought don't dismiss anything was keep moving. All right, we don't have keep moving into mortal... Not mortal form. Solid to... Yeah, not solid to liquid. The one! Flush to Iron. This one. Reduce damage. But, yeah. Let's just get the Scholar. And then we have the Enticing Target. We have Genetically Fused Physique. The device is the Impulsion Beam, preventing extra card plays and powers. Chiquito stealing discards. Living Paycheck, which I'll put next to Scholar. Impeccable Pompadour, the hair exists. And Ambuscade is playing another snare. And damage is being dealt. Alright. Hectic start, as always. The Enticing Target. Whenever a villain character card or nemesis card would be dealt damage, redirect that damage to this card. So if we want to take out Raymanta, we have to take out the Enticing Target first. I see. And then the Physique is an ongoing card. I don't think we have ongoing destruction from what I saw. Oh, we do. We actually do. Never mind. That's the only ongoing card out. And then the Impulsion Beam with a -2, which is rough. We don't really have irreducible damage. This is not irreducible. This is not irreducible. I don't think you generally have irreducible damage. You can make damage by yourself reduced to 0. I don't think we have irreducible damage on this team. Well, that sucks. So either weather the impulsion beam or brace under fire. That's not irreducible, is it? No. Grace under fire would be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 non-hero targets and 9 damage. That's a lot of damage. All right, so yeah, and then the thing that we have to remember, this plays the top card of my deck, but I cannot play more than 1 hero card. So if I were to play, say, Reckless Rush and then use Risk, I would only be getting 1 token to my unlucky pool. I would not be getting a random card play. And that sucks. So is a random card play better than a controlled card play here? If a number is big enough, it doesn't have to be irreducible. Also known as, if it fits, I sits. I could just regain 3 hit points. That's kind of crap. The best would be Reckless Rush, which would be 1 damage to the enticing target, 2 damage to myself, and 2 tokens to get that started. I mean, we do have wrong time and place here, so tokens would be good to have. Getting that built up early would be nice. I haven't had a good wrong time and place game in a while. Usually because I never find it in time, but we have some good... Well, we have the 1 card that adds tokens, followed by my base power. What is the likelihood of my top card being set up to be bad for setback? Well, if this were definitive edition setback, we would be able to count the lucky cards versus unlucky cards. Unfortunately, we also lose the favor pull, or whatever this is. Favor? Unlucky pull. We lose the unlucky pull effect, which means you're not really playing setback now, are you? I'm just gonna do Reckless Rush, because I want to hit the enticing target. I'll give myself a free token, sure. And I would have had Silver Lining if I had played the top card of my deck. So that was the Silver Lining. Damages dealt. Targets dealt damage this way cannot deal damage until the start of Baron Blade's turn. Highest is Scholar, so Scholar's not dealing damage for Scherzies. Night Mist probably wants to deal damage. Oblivion could be good. Oblivion with literally no setup. We don't have plus damage here. We don't have plus damage here. We don't have redirection there. Usually it's good to do the AoE hit. Not really that many things to hit though. Impulsion Beam we can't hit. Baron Blade we can't hit. Everything would redirect to enticing target from Ambuscade and other character cards and Ray Manta. If there are 4s, then of course one of them would actually take out the enticing target, of course. Setback doesn't really have... I mean, I guess he has damage here, but at the expense of 2 tokens, which we want to hoard. And Scholar's not dealing damage, so maybe Don't Dismiss Anything is not the play here, but then you also don't have anything. Because if half of my team cannot deal damage and we play one-shots that deal damage, that would be rather sad. I guess another thought is I could Don't Dismiss Anything next turn to put Oblivion on top of Night Mist's deck and make it Oblivion again. Ah, enticing target. Nice. Right, so I cannot deal damage. So this card is dead. This card is dead. This card is at the expense of a this card next turn, and I'm not healing anyway. And this card we've said probably hold on to, and then this power does nothing. So I'm just gonna skip scrub. Scholar draws Flesh to Iron and bring what you need. Chronological Hotspot. Putting cards into play. Cool. If the revealed card is a one-shot, discard it. Otherwise, put that card into play and that hero deals themselves 3 psychic damage. But wait, that back can't deal damage. It's a sacrificial ongoing. We also don't have any cards in play, so we don't care about the ongoing destruction from Capitan right now. Highest, let's do Scholar. Akpunku's Drum for free. And this is not a play, right? Put into play? Alright, so, I mean, I guess if it was a play, then... I mean, each player cannot play more than one hero card, so even if this said play it, it wouldn't say that player plays that card, because the agent of that card play would be Baron Blade, right? And so focused on the agents of card plays ever since Commodora has a thing. Actually, I guess it's more Impulsion Beam, but Commodora is saying like that hero's player may play the top card of their deck or something like that. Or no, it wasn't even that. I don't remember what it was. Some Commodora card that was like, hey, I can play this and I can have a player play something. And then it was like, no, you can't, because Commodora's already played one card. Because the agent of the card play was Commodora. Right. So the performs that we have. Player may play a card. Reduce damage dealt to 2 targets by 1. The accompany of the rhythm we have is 1 player may draw a card. And then we have Vernal Sonata, which also works to get Oblivion stacked. But not right now, because there's nothing in trashes. If our plan is to Oblivion, then Counterpoint Bulwark's not bad. We'll provide a bit of defense to our team. Small defense. Is there a card play we would rather do right now? You still can't deal damage. I don't foresee I would want to play one of those. We could play like Planar Banishment first. We get rid of genetically fused physique so that damage to Baron Blade's not reduced by 1. You could also get rid of Chronological Hotspot, which it is damage, but it's also cards. It's also cards. What if Chronological Hotspot Sweet Spot plays Mist form? Then Midnight Mist is not dealt damage, and then I probably just skip my turns. But then the ongoing will be destroyed later. I can't be indefinitely Mist formed. I like the -1. Oh yeah, and Venom Bolt Tide. This is also an ongoing card, by the way. Whenever that hero's player plays a card, Ambuscade deals that target 1 damage. Rude! So the Baron Blade effect expires on Baron Blade's turn, and it's Setback that cannot deal damage, and Scholar that cannot deal damage. I'd provide protection to myself here because we don't have Setback hitting himself right now anyway. Greaser goes next to Argent Adept. But hey, I have a -1, you fool. So whenever a card enters this play area, this card deals each hero target in this play area 1 fire damage. Nice, to go next to Argent Adept. Scholar cannot deal damage, so Scholar hits himself for 1. Hey, Star Shield necklace. I accept. And let's wipe the board. 2 to all is fine. Take out the enticing target first. That snare is now gone. And I don't think the rest of this matters. There's no retaliations other than Impeccable Pomodoro. There's no reactions, no redirects, I don't think. Chiquito does not have cards underneath him also, is an important thing to bear in mind. And I will deal myself 1 damage, except it's reduced by 1. Ha! Hey, I guess that's interesting. Because of the advanced rule, whenever a creature deals damage, blah blah blah. But wait, with the hair, he deals damage when this hair is dealt damage. Rude. Alright, Chiquito's dead, but there's no reaction there. Hair's dead, and there is a reaction there, but doesn't matter. This is dead. Raymant is dead. Impulsion Beam takes 2. Everyone else is there. Yeah. It was good to get the -1 to Night Mist because of all the reactions there. We saved 4 damage from that, right? Greaser retaliates, Night Mist hits herself, so that happened twice, but also Night Mist hit herself with the thing. Yeah, so we saved 5 hit points with that counterpoint bulwark. Also slightly some damage saved to Argent Adept as well. Also with the Thermobaric Mind, yeah, so that was pretty good usage of that. And 1 damage to draw 2 is fine. Hey, we have another Oblivion. We can do it again! But this time with more enthusiasm. Get discard to regain hit points. I'm pretty high. 6 off. We do not have the Amulet of the Elder Gods. We're probably going to Oblivion again. Sure. Judgment of Anubis. Yo, dog, I heard you like AoE. At the end of the environment turn, Anubis deals each target 2 infernal damage, but also the first time a non-environment card is destroyed this turn, this card deals the non-environment target with the second highest HP 2 infernal damage, which is currently set back or Night Mist. Important to note that, although there's nothing getting destroyed right now, but if Capitan destroys an ongoing card, which currently that is destroying the counterpoint bulwark, then Anubis does go off and hits setback or Night Mist. Rude. Also, you're immune to environment damage? Yes. Well, damage from environment cards, which is basically the same thing. No retaliations, no redirects, no destructions, no hair things, no Chiquito things. Ambuscade has played Glamour. Frickin' fantastic. And you're dealing the damage? Deal each target next to a snare. Yes, 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 you are. Lucky Break is a one-shot. Yeah, so currently Capitan is destroying Counterpoint Bulwark, which is pretty good, and we'd like to keep that. We would also perhaps want Scholar to play Flesh to Iron because he's at frickin' 14 out of 31 right now after one round. And again, we're at the situation where Setback, if he plays a card, cannot use Risk. We could play Wrong Time and Place and have that temporary effect, I guess, because it's like we could sacrifice Wrong Time and Place. We basically want to keep Flesh to Iron and Counterpoint Bulwark, right? But I still want to Oblivion with Glamour out. Yeah, Glamour kind of screws that Oblivion plan, right? However, this is only when a hero would deal damage here, so she's not, you know... He's still hit by Anubis, although Anubis is only hitting Night Mist right now, so, you know. But if we were to suppose that we could get another Judgment of Anubis out, that'd be fun. Yeah, Glamour's so stupid with Oblivion because Ambuscade, Baron Blade, Capitan, Greaser, and Glamour all redirect damage to the hero with the highest, and that's just rude. If Scholar did have the most hit points right now, and we did have a Flesh to Iron, we would actually be able to utilize that fairly well. Because we could do like 2 damage to everyone if we could. Redirect that damage to Scholar and he takes 0, and then we could do stated damage to all of those targets. But no. It's kind of tough, isn't it? I would still like to keep the Counterpoint Bulwark and possibly the Flesh to Iron, which means I'm playing either Silver Lining or Wrong Time and Place for Sacrifice. And we only have 1 Wrong Time and Place, but we have another Silver Lining. Let's probably sacrifice the Silver Lining. I mean, this card only has effect when Setback would be reduced to 0, whereas Wrong Time and Place has a, you know, more active effect. Plus, if we want to do a good Wrong Time and Place game, we would like to use it to great effect. Alternatively, we could utilize it a bit with Glamour. Glamour redirects it to Night Mist. Wrong Time and Place is like, hey, Night Mist is being dealt damage. Let's remove 2 tokens to redirect that damage or something. But it's only the first time that Night Mist would be dealt damage that we could do that. And actually, it's not even Night Mist because it's highest. Which would be Night Mist the first time and then Setback on a later turn. But we won't have really enough tokens to maximize that. Plus, we have to get through Baron Blades and Capitan's turns, which will involve damage, which will involve tokens being removed or damage redirected to Setback, I guess. So I guess the Silver Lining is that I can play Silver Lining. Fumbling Fool! Alright, damage can be dealt again, yay. And Ruin is here. Ooh. Argent Adept is active in this game. We actually have that happening. Cool. If the Argent Adept is active in this game, destroy 1 instrument card. Buy drum. It's kind of rude because I had no say on this. It got played and then the effect happened immediately as it is supposed to, but it's kind of rude. I guess you could say that ruined my game. It's okay, the drum wasn't really doing that much because we wanted to use the -1 effect. Yeah, Scholar still can't do the first instance of damage, indeed. But he has had a last turn, and he has discarded 0 cards since the end of his last turn. He's currently dealing himself and 1 target 1 damage, but if I do Flesh to Iron, then no damage will be dealt. But we'll still use up the rigged net, which is fine. Right, because this would destroy itself. Yeah, when damage is prevented by this card, destroy this card. It's kind of weird that it says that, doesn't it? Whenever the target next to this card would deal damage, prevent that damage. When damage is prevented by this card, destroy this card. Isn't it weird that it says that instead of whenever the target next to this card would deal damage, prevent that damage and destroy this card? That's fewer words. This is written as if there's another way that this card can prevent damage. But I'm being nitpicky. Will it actually trigger if I had Flesh to Iron? Maybe. Actually, maybe. Well, am I dealing damage if that damage is negative or 0? I doubt it. Definitely doing it, right? And I can't play more than one card anyway. It's not like I could do something else other than like don't dismiss. Yeah, it didn't trigger there. Hey, this was destroyed. Weird. The environment takes a full turn now out of order sequence. I love input. And Chiquita's return. Scholars discarding a card. What? When a trial card is destroyed, a player may take this power. Scholar would like that power someday. I never used solid to liquid. Or destroying the silver lining. Oh no, my card was destroyed. You're glad you added that crazy effect because it looked great on TV. Hey, we have an instrument! Yay! Archantep's at 6 right now. Awkward. Alright. So this one activates the perform of a harmony and the accompany of a rhythm. So I could do player plays a card, player draws a card. I think we still want the -1 though. Although we have these envenomed bolts here, so Archantep will take a point of damage if he were to play a card right now. Can we keep him alive? We could Vernal Sonata. If we Vernal Sonata, we can put a 4 on top of Night Mist's deck, and then she'll deal 4 damage to everything, which is great with Glamour, right? I guess we weren't going to do that, were we? I don't know. Is Archantep just going to have to be sacrificed here? 1 hit HP recovery, hero means power, increase all damage dealt of that type by hero targets by 1. Say Infernal? Infernal? Yeah, why is Archantep being bullied right now? I find that so rude. An alternative is that I put a 1 on top. And then I deal 1 damage to everything. Because it's the 1 damage to, like, it's damage to all first, right? Deals each target that, then each non-hero target that. So I do the 1. And then we use up the glamour effect. But it's still like... I mean, with the -1 from counterpoint bulwark, it would be 0 to Night Mist. Who is the glamour? The thing? Scholar. Okay. And he has his Flesh to Iron, so he can deal himself damage. What else would we put on top? I mean, we could set up a Risk as well. Although, actually, no. The chronological sweet spot's actually screwing us up. Shoot. Just realized that. Because the reveal card is a one-shot discard it. Yeah, so if I could put Tome of Elder Magic on top and it would go into play immediately is a thing. But everyone else... It would screw up Oblivion, and this would also, you know, do a thing. Could do another sacrifice of Silver Lining. It's now a Bronze Lining. The silver has been tarnished. Is there any way that we can keep Argent Adept alive? What if I were to destroy Envenomed Bolts? Instead of like Oblivioning, use Planar Banishment, destroy Envenomed Bolts, Chronological Sweet Spot, Genetically Fused Physique. Assuming that I get a 3 or a 4. If I only get 1... I mean, I might just leave Chronological Sweet Spot if it's only 1. But like if Argent Adept is dying, then Envenomed Bolts just goes away, right? I mean, it stays in play, but it doesn't do anything. Because it doesn't say if the target leaves play, blah, blah, blah. But it would stop functioning anyway. Chronological Sweet Spot, the only person that's really suffering from that is Argent Adept. Because he's at 6. Everyone else is like, fine. The Genetically Fused Physique would like to get rid of someday because that allows us to actually damage Baron Blade and not have him regain hit points. So it progresses that game better. Yeah, would probably, if we get 1, like if we're doing Planar Banishment, we get a 1, we hit Genetically Fused Physique. If we get 2, then what? Envenomed Bolts or Sweet Spot, or Hot Spot. Hot Spot, not Sweet Spot. It's also possible Greaser plays an ongoing, right? Does he have ongoings? No, he doesn't. Weird. I mean, we could put Silver Lining on top and it could get played immediately and that would be totally fine. Okay. This one will get discarded. Unless I do end up... destroying this, in which case I do draw it. That's probably fine to put, because I would like it. I don't want that. I might as well get a free tome. Probably just gonna get destroyed, though. Oh no, we got rid of the one that destroys equipments. We still have the ruin that's gonna destroy equipments. I am not a game developer myself, unfortunately, Kalinar, but we do have Migrant P in the chat who can talk about game development. I am just a streamer on the Handelabra Games channel. I am but a mere streamer. You dealt 4 damage. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Deals the non-villain target with the highest HP 4 energy damage. That's rude. Parse is not active in this game. And you are a nemesis, so you are another thing that would be redirecting if I were to Oblivion. What if I were to Oblivion? What's the worst that happens? I reveal 2 4s? I reveal 2 4s and we redirect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 4s to the hero team. So that's 28 damage we'd have to weather. Eventually, Scholar is highest. Let's see. First is Setback, puts him at 17. Setback gets another one, puts him at 13. Night Mist is 1, puts her at 14. Then she's tied with Scholar. So Scholar would take 2, Night Mist would take 3. Setback, I think, would be back in there. But that would be a lot of AoE for no real gain, other than I deal 4 damage to everything, but... It doesn't kill Ruin, doesn't kill Rahazar, doesn't kill Glamour. Doesn't get rid of genetically fused physique. And so I shall plainly banish. Reveals a 2. It does destroy environment cards. Anubis is currently going after setback, so if I destroy anything that's not an environment card, setback gets dealt damage. The first time. Yeah, this also destroys environment cards, so, you know, I was talking about if I get a 1 or a 2 or a 3, but actually there are 5 cards in play. We're not destroying Idol of Anput though, because it doesn't hurt us. If we were playing Omnitron, then we would destroy it, because then we would have less of a terraforming issue, but I mean, I want to do the physique. Am I destroying one of these? Are we sacrificing Argent Adept? Because if I don't destroy it, Ambuscade hits him for 3-1, and he runs great risk of being dealt damage from, like, Chronological Hotspot. Or if I destroy Chronological Hotspot, he doesn't take that damage, but do I care about Anubis? Is Anubis coming back? We have another Judgment in there. It's kind of rude that it's mainly hitting us, by virtue of the fact that we've dealt a lot of damage to the villains. Highest is Baron Blade. He's hitting second highest, which is setback. And this is non-environment. Yeah, non-environment target with the second highest. So we would need to get someone down to 17 before he would start hitting the villains, which happens after setbacks dealt damage a couple of times, I guess. So we are close to that. It's probably better to keep Anubis in play then. We can get rid of the hotspot, but then, well, I guess we could just risk to play the thing instead of hotspotting it. And then Scholar can draw that transmuted recovery. And I will take 1 to draw 2, even though I have a tome here. It's 1 extra card for only 1 damage. And I have an amulet now. That does counter the glamour effect a bit. Slightly. Also have a Master of Magic. I have 2 amulets. Let's discard a 3. Oh. Hi, Chiquito. Hey, Spike Trap. This deals the target with the lowest HP 3 melee damage, which is almost always going to be Impeccable Pompadour. Also Chiquito right now, but only at the start of the environment turn. It's totally fine to leave this because it's very unlikely for it to hurt us, and we can work around it. Play this card in the play area with the fewest snare cards. Whenever that hero's player draws a card, each target in this play area deals itself 2 melee damage, then destroy this card. Reduce damage dealt to the Scholar by 2. Checkmate! Alright. Impulsion Beam's still in play, so if I want to do risk, I have to skip. Oh my gosh, Silver Lining! No way! Deals the hero with the most cards in play 3 melee damage, increased damage dealt by villain cards. Excellent. Yes, hit yourself harder, Baron Blade. By Argent Adept, you did get sacrificed in the end. But we didn't destroy the envenomed bolts, so we didn't actually, like, waste an ongoing destruction on that in the end, so it's fine. We do lose the -1 that he was providing now, So we do have to watch out for that. We can't allow for a +1 to specific types of damage, which also infernal damage is here, isn't it? I have to discard a card and Chiquito's stealing it. I find that rude. We have no more Vernal Sonatas, so I can't set up Oblivion again. Tempted to don't dismiss anything. What could go wrong? Everything? I could also put out Bring What You Need, but it's a bit slow. But it does fund Flush to Iron better. Let's not dismiss anything. Friendly Fire. Our Shield Necklace already is in play. Whoops. Transmuted Recovery. Oh my god. I had no idea that was there. Sorry, setback. Ow. Cannot hit Glamour. Oh, it's not. What am I talking about? This can always hit villain targets or villain character cards, not nemesis. Duh. For some reason I was thinking I would have to redirect from the villain character cards. I'm an idiot, okay? Don't listen to what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing? I don't know what I'm doing. What is Baron Blades in cap? Each target deals itself damage. Ambuscade puts nemesis back into play, so Glamour would not back into play. It takes all the nemesis from the deck and puts them into play, but it doesn't remove the nemesis that are currently in play. Capitan is destroy an ongoing card or discard 2 cards. Greaser is play an extra card. Basically an extra turn, sort of, from things, so destroying Greasers. Not good. It's my first day. Yeah. Dolphins dive number 100 whatever. 163. I don't know what number it is. We could math it, but that's too much effort. We could just look at the Trello card, I suppose. According to Trello, this is Dolphins dive number 200 and... Oh, that's not the right one. 247. Yeah, Dolphins dive number 247. It's just my first one. Okay. Yeah, so I could hit anyone here, except of course nemesis that would redirect. Capitan actually I can't hit because of the keto thing. I don't know. If I hit Baron Blade, it'd be easier to get someone else to be second highest. Let's hit Baron Blade. You do have Silver Lining right now. It's gonna go away in a second. Or get rid of Friendly Fire instead. Yeah, it's probably fine too. Destroy a villain ongoing card. Destroyed in Venom Bolts. Plays Rigden next to Night Mist. It's actually a perfect target for that. Whenever the target next to this card would deal damage, prevent that damage. So you mean when I deal self-damage is prevented? Oh boy! And we're also destroying an ongoing card, playing the top card of that? Yeah. I mean, we're gonna destroy Friendly Fire anyway. But we have to destroy another ongoing card later anyway. Let's do this one. I am dealing 7 damage. So I had 7 tokens. I'm now at 0 tokens. And then we have to destroy an environment card and play the top card of the environment deck. I mean, if I destroy Spike Trap, then we do get Idol of Antput in play, but we want the Spike Trap. I guess we destroy Anubis. He's currently going after villains now, but he's gonna come back, right? He always comes back. Players cannot draw hero cards. If I do Oblivion, it most likely dies, at least. Not really, it has a -1. Frick. There are only 3 nemesis out there, right? I mean, we could try to find a 2, because Scholar is highest. We could increase Infernal damage, and then Scholar takes more damage. We do have a rigged net, at least. Powers. I could use up the rigged net, use my base power. If I draw more cards. Let's increase Infernal damage. Let's Jeremy this. What could possibly go wrong? Goes next to the card with the player with most cards in hand. Deals each hero target in this play area 1 lightning damage, reduces damage dealt to Greaser by targets in this play area about 1. I can just go next to Scholar. Because he doesn't take the damage. Takes this damage, but doesn't take this damage. He took that damage. What could possibly go wrong? Scholar is highest, right? Tied with Night Mist. And the first hit would do 1, and then subsequent ones, yeah. Also, the rigged net is in play. Do I get a choice here? Because it says or. What goes off first? Glamour goes first. And then the rigged net goes off. Yeah? Yeah. Alright, good. That was the most useful usage there, I think. Other than I guess I could have reduced this, actually, but maybe that was better. I don't know. I'm hitting myself here because we want Scholar to take subsequent Nemesis hits anyway, right? Is that it for Nemesis? We have Greaser going off as well. I'm just gonna hit the villains, just in case there's some weird map. I will hit the hair last. We are at 7 and we're going to be taking another one of those Greaser hits. So I think I'm discarding a card here. I know, Chiquito steals it. It's fine. Greaser's going to be going off again as well. I'm just going to once again hit everything except the hair. But we actually get to hit the Nemesis now, yay! And we do take out the Swarm of Scarabs. Very good. Then next to Scholar. We do have a Star Shield necklace. You don't have a -1 from Argent Adept, so I'm gonna do Tome of Elder Magic to save some hit points here. Draws a 4. That's good. I will double my hit points here. Chiquito! Oh no, we already discarded, right? Never mind. The hair gets hit as expected. Deal each target 2 damage. I love this card. What this is H+2 cards discarded this way. I was joking with my friends back in like 2015 when I first had Sentinels and we were playing with 2 Anubis for like the first time. We're playing terribly and we were down to 1 hero. And then the Challenge of Fire came out and I was like, all right, Amy, you may discard up to 3 cards. If somehow 4 cards got discarded this way, you can destroy this card. It was really funny. All right, good news. Glamour's taken out. Does the order actually matter? I'm gonna say no. Okay. 2 villain targets with the lowest HP each deal the hero target with the highest HP 2 melee damage. Each target which deals damage this way regains 1 HP. Still have that +1, yeah, from Vengeful Assault, so it is going to hit Scholar, unfortunately. And so these will regain hit points, although Impeccable Pompadour is still negative. We now have Magman going after Night Mist. Oh boy. It's going to be the Scholar show soon. If we can survive, he can allow for hit points, I guess. Although we still have that issue of like ongoing destruction off Capitan. We don't want to lose Flesh to Iron. That's really what's keeping Scholar alive right now. They just regain 3 hit points. I could sacrifice Wrong Time and Place. Is Baron Blade taking out Night Mist? I think he is. Yeah. Unfortunate. Unless I can deal 6 damage to him with Setback, which is difficult. So Night Mist incaps. HP recovery, play a card, destroy an ongoing card. Okay. We kind of want that Mortal Form to energy. And Proverbs and Axioms allows for card draw at hit points. I mean, if I do Mortal Form to energy with Idle Vamput, I deal damage with that, but I have to be able to sustain cards. I could play No One to Hold Fast off of Night Mist to give him some cards to play with so he can do stuff. But we have to still think about how to keep an ongoing in play. With upcoming Capitan, we could do Wrong Time and Place, except... Actually, if we do Wrong Time and Place, Night Mist doesn't die. At least not right away. Because if I don't have enough tokens, you redirect that damage to Setback, so Baron Blade would redirect damage to Setback unless he deals damage with his one shot. I'll go ahead and play it. What's the worst that can happen? I die? Ooh, high risk behavior. Another Vengeful Assault, great. And Night Mist dies anyway, or Setback dies. You probably want... It's tricky because Night Mist has to survive Capitan and Greaser's turns. But, so Setback has to survive their turns. But we just have to, Sebak just would have to survive Capitan's play in order for this card to be sacrificed. So I think we lose Night Mist. As is usual, it is the Scholar Show. Also, Setback dies anyway. Never mind. Ruined it. Womp womp. And Chiquito's stealing us. So I lose Flesh to Iron unless I play Mortal Form Energy or Bring What You Need. And if I lose Flesh to Iron, then Scholar basically dies. I would like to not die. You get a power from Argent Adept. You get a play from Night Mist. You get power or play from Setback. And discards, which... But you would not have discarded, right? It just says discard, doesn't say each player may discard that. Yeah, so you don't. This doesn't count for that. You are not the agent of the discard. Well, Challenge of Fire is going to clean up the board for us. Do we win with Challenge of Fire? We can't destroy this. We can no longer have Scholar destroy this because he can only discard up to 3 cards and cannot discard 6 cards this way. So, and we do not have Environment Destruction on any of these incaps, and Scholar does not have Environment Destruction on his things. So Challenge of Fire is going to exist forever, but that's fine because if Scholar has a -2, it doesn't hit Scholar. So we need to keep Flesh to Iron by any means. I'm gonna say hold Mortal Form, put out Bring What You Need. Now, do I use Bring What You Need to get 2 extra cards? Or do I do Idol Vamput so I can stay alive better? Villains do have a +1 right now. I don't have more from the energy for Idol Vamput to deal damage. But I would like to stay alive a little bit, I think. Grace Under Fire was good, I think. Came out a bit late. Oh, you're gonna discard my one-shots? No! Stop! Stop! Remember when I said I had cards? Stop! Oh man, that is rude. That player discards any cards which share a keyword with the real card. Who are you? Misinformation? Also, just Chiquito stealing this. Man. Well, the good news is Scholar discarded a bunch of cards. Bad news is... how does Scholar get cards now? Well, you're not destroying the -2, I'm pretty sure. And we can't play Mortal Form to Energy now. And none of these say draw card, so Scholar's probably skipping. He has to discard Mortal Form to Energy to not lose Flesh to Iron, and then doesn't have to play, and then probably just skips. Ugh! And then we lose Flesh to Iron on Capitan's turn anyway, because we don't have another ongoing card to destroy. Grizzly's almost dead though. It's a lot of damage. Yeah, so it's good that I used the 2 HP recovery things because I'm at 2 hit points right now. I'm at 3 hit points now. I'm probably dying. Both of these would die of the Trial Fire, but Chiquito is a thing that has a card that we, yeah. No. Madaji, are you helping? Majaji kills Baron Blade and Greaser. All right, progress. Enticing target. Too many goods. Oh no. Who stacked these decks? Terrible. The big problem though is that Flesh to Iron's dying anyway. Like, I discard Mortal Form to energy, Chiquito steals it. I skip to draw 2 cards, so I make actual progress. And Capitan destroys Flesh to Iron anyway. On the other hand, that ongoing card destruction is done after she deals 3 damage, so we would save 2 hit points if I discard Mortal Form to energy. I could also not skip and just regain 2 hit points. Considering Challenge of Fire is gonna hit me now, Majaji's hitting me now. I mean, I could skip, draw 2, maybe get another Flesh to Iron, and we could play it off Night Mist. Killing Chiquito saves 3. How many cards have I discarded? 4? I could deal myself 4 damage so that Capitan doesn't deal me 3 damage. Also, you're playing an Ambuscade card. It's gonna have to be skip to get another Flesh to Iron out. Oh yeah, I could deal damage with Mortal Form, yeah. True. Nah, I'm gonna draw 2. It needs to be a card that says damage is reduced. That's not a card that says damage is reduced. That was not a card that says damage is reduced. Ah, good. Scholar is being dealt damage with envenomed bolts. Good. Whenever he plays a card. Rod of Anubis. Demise deals a non-environment target with the second lowest HP to Infernal. Villain character card Nemesis is redirected. Can make sure Ambuscade goes out. We have Desert Eagle. Would deal Scholar 4. Revolt Wish deals Scholar 2 and then Scholar dies. Great. Probably better not to kill Ambuscade them. But then I'll just play them anyway. Right? Those are end of turn effects, yeah. But Magman should go. Because that is damage. Record scratch. Hello, you might be wondering how I found myself in this position. No! I was second lowest! No! No! Well, there goes my streak. My mint is gone. Hold on, I need to go to Handelabra forums and complain about this terrible one-shot. How dare they game developers do this? If I were to play this game randomly, it would not have been this bad. I will try again. So we now have insight as to what's going to happen. What could we do differently? This is what could have happened, but what about this? We put this next to Scholar. It might be better to put it next to Setback. That saves Scholar damage. Sacrifices Setback earlier. Because Scholar didn't have his -2 for a while. And when we got to him with -2, he had like 14 hit points. I mean, I say a while, but I think it was like the next draw, wasn't it? Let's put this on Setback. Sacrifice Setback. Because you don't want to put it next to the hero that's going to be the last hero standing, right? That's the wrong way to play this game. So the other thing I screwed up with slightly was that I didn't Oblivion because I was like, oh no, villain character card will redirect the damage. But that was wrong. Because Glamour only affects Nemesis. So we can totally, you know, play Oblivion and redirect damage. And especially if Scholar is highest with -2 damage, it's a lot better. We still would like to take out Enticing Target though, right? I did Reckless Rush here to deal 1 damage to Enticing Target, 2 tokens to Setback. We ended up Oblivioning this turn anyway. But if I destroy Genetically Fused Physique first... I guess we also kept out the thing and then it dealt Arjuna dealt quite a bit of damage, so maybe I don't Oblivion right away. Use up the planar banishment to take out Genetically Fused Physique, followed by the chronological hotspot. This is what happens when you're playing the same game, is you're playing into what's going to happen versus, you know, versus, you know, generally good gameplay. It's a different way of playing Sentinels, though, when you know the future. We did this on setback. Although we could do it on Night Mist now because we're not Oblivioning, possibly, and it would save the planar banishment damage. Well, let's do that then. Also, I can use my base power and not take damage. Scholar cannot deal damage. I think here we skipped. And I think that's still correct. I'd like to not dismiss anything when people can deal damage. So do we destroy the hotspot right away to save some hit points on Arch and Adept? I think we still do this. This time we don't have to do it on Night Mist because we're not going to Oblivion. Scholar's gonna have Flesh to Iron someday. We could do it on Scholar because he is highest right now. Do one on Setback because Greaser's going after him, and then we can, yeah. I think, yeah. Setback's fine. Plus he can deal damage, so we could do like Plucky Break. Oh, but that doesn't do self-damage. One on Arch and Adept. Again, try to save him. I guess we wanted to destroy Envenom Bolts with the thing. What was the things revealed with the Oblivion? That's why I can't remember. Oh yeah, I can't deal myself damage. So that was free. Nice. Let's do this. It reveals a 4. Okay. So I can destroy all of those cards. That's pretty good. We're always destroying that. Probably destroying that. No reason not to destroy that unless you're doing self-damage. We could do this for self-damage. You'll have not discarded a card anyway, though. I've played Flesh to Iron. Let's destroy anyway. Let's just get rid of everything. Also, I guess if there's a snare in play, that target would be dealt damage by Ambuscade. So instead, we're having Ambuscade play an extra card, which could be bad. We do know what the card will be, theoretically. I know the next one's Glamour. I don't remember the one after that. And I'm currently stacked. 1 hit point off. I'm not going to discard for this. Chiquito will steal it anyway. Tomb of Anubis, or Judgment of Anubis, bringing out Anubis. It then deals 2 to all. Hit enticing target first. Which goes after Greaser. Because that destroyed a card. Could have set that up maybe if I wanted. Should have thought about it a little more, I guess, because I could have hit a hero if I set it up wrong. Greaser's... I mean, the Setback goes out, Greaser goes out, so we could have set that up to go after Capitan, maybe, or Ambuscade. I mean, we've already lost the mint, right? Might as well rewind. No harm, no foul. Oh. Well, that's why I can't do it. Okay. Let's just do this then, because I don't want to redirect the damage for that. We could also instead hit Scholar. That seems wrong. Also, if I had hit Greaser, if that damage did go through, then that would have actually damaged Scholar. So that's a good reason to not hit Greaser, even if I could. Chiquito does not have things. No redirections. Nothing's getting destroyed. Hair's going off, but that doesn't matter. Ambuscade plays Glamour, plays an extra card, Concealed Pitfall, and Scholar's gonna have that -2 anyway, so we can take that. We have to destroy an equipment. And we do know that Ruin's coming out, and Ruin was from here? Yes. We do know this is coming out because that destroyed the drum. So this choice doesn't, I guess. Oh no, this is an equipment, right? But it's not an instrument. So destroy the drum, and then like the drum's dying anyway. Whereas if I destroy the necklace, we just also destroy the drum, and we just destroy the necklace for no reason. And yeah, this was where I had decided I was going to play Silver Lining as my ongoing fodder to save Flesh to Iron and Counterpoint Bulwark, and I think that's still fine. Baron Blade plays Ruin. It's actually fun to show off how much I can memorize things from one play. And then Baron Blade's next 2 plays are going to be Vengeful Assault, right? Did he play anything else? I feel like he didn't actually play anything else. He played 2 Vengeful Assaults. Wow, John, you really hated us. You stacked those Vengeful Assaults at terrible places. He absolutely did not play this one. He did not play that one. He did not play that one. He did not play that one. He did not play another one of those. He did not do that. Did not do that. Did not do that. Did not do that. I don't think he played another one of those. I would have remembered not dealing damage after the first turn. Did not do that. Played those twice. And did not do that. Yeah, so we're gonna have +1 damage from villain targets on subsequent turns. Also, by destroying the hotspot, we are actually drawing cards that we didn't draw last time. We have 3 Plucky Breaks there. We have the Transmutive Recovery that we previously had to put on top of a deck with Vernal Sonata. That sound reminds me so much of, what game was it? Braid. Braid was a puzzle platformer type game that had a massive time element associated with it. And in one of the worlds, the time element was that you could set your ring down and it would create a slowdown effect nearby, but only locally. And if you were in that area, then you heard the music slow down, which was a pretty nice touch. Braid is a really good game. If you've never played it before, you should. Okay, so somehow Anubis is set up very well because he's only hit villains. Probably because I did an Oblivion, so the villains are higher. But currently, where are you going for? Scholar and Night Mist. You do have a Thermobaric Mine, which is going to hit Margin Adept if he plays a card. And we can Vernal Sonata, and we know that hotspot's not going to screw it up. In case I want to make sure I Oblivion for 4 or something. I mean, the one thought I had once upon a time was that I could Oblivion for 2. I can't do that right now, but if I Oblivion for 2 to everyone and that redirects the Scholar, we use up the Glamour redirect, but then the subsequent damage does go through. And I think the next environment thing was Challenge of Fire? Or was it Swinging Blades? Or no, it was not Swinging Blades, it was Spike Trap. But was it Spike Trap first or Challenge of Fire first? I think it was Spike Trap first. Because this one was destroy one of their equipment cards, this one was deal... Yeah, so it was Spike Trap first and then Challenge of Fire. It would be nice if it was Challenge of Fire coming up, because we would know that if I dealt 4 damage to Glamour, 2 damage would take it out, but that's not happening right away. And Spike Trap doesn't go off immediately. I could play an ongoing card here just for fodder. We don't have to force that back to keep doing ongoing fodder. I would still like the -1 probably. Is this Oblivion turn or no? The problem with Oblivion is, again, that Anubis is going to go after us more. Not necessarily. Setback, or not setback. Scholar will have a -2. He takes 2 less from that hit, and as long as he's highest, that possibly helps the damage in terms of forcing Anubis to go after villains. I mean, setback, I think we always have to select setback with that because of Greaser. But it does mean Argent Adept is probably going out soon anyway. Okay, 2 and 2. And the person with the highest... where is the thing? It's Night Mist right now. But if I hit Night Mist first, then the subsequent hits go to Scholar. Oh, but she has a -1. I don't think actually what matters the order then. Just don't hit... Well, I guess even if I hit Scholar right now, it doesn't matter, but... Because he has -2. But these have to go to Scholar. No more Nemesis. Hair is still in play, so yeah, we want to make sure we hit the Hair second versus other Nemesis. There's another Nemesis here. I guess actually no, Hair hits Night Mist, and then we still redirect a Scholar. Nothing else. We destroy a card, and then Anubis goes after someone, so Ambuscade Capitan Greaser. And then nothing else matters. Oh, there's another Nemesis. And then the order here doesn't matter. And if I discard for this, Chiquito steals it. Or no, Chiquito's gone. But it does make Night Mist highest. For which I probably don't want to be highest. Nibus goes after Scholar right now. Targets have snares. Manta's going after Scholar. Destroys an equipment card. That's going to be the Star Shield necklace, but that's fine. And this doesn't have an active effect or a damage dealing effect. But if I were to regain 4 hit points... Yeah, also when I destroy the Star Shield necklace, Anubis goes off. But like, I'd be dealt 2 damage from Ray Manta. So I'd only really profit 2 hit points then by this discard, which I guess I don't want to do. Spike Trap. Snare going next to Scholar. So he's not actually playing a card. Another card, that is. And I could have known it. Okay. So the next thing that's coming out is the Challenge of Fire. We do know that 2 damage is being dealt, you know, to a bunch of things. So if we could do 2 damage to Glamour, that would ensure that she's gone at least. Do we want ongoing fodder? We could put out Wrong Time and Place to help with some redirect actions. Might help take out Glamour. Because like if I deal 2 damage to Glamour off of Wrong Time and Place, that's totally fine. Sure. We can destroy it with Capitan. Oh yeah, +1 damage on heroes as well. Might as well redirect that to Glamour. Yeah, Archon Adept is most likely dying. Unless I could redirect damage to Scholar somehow. We can safely discard because there's no Keto. Highly doubt that I'm knowing when to turn loose. I'm highly doubting I'm solid to liquiding. Alright, so the Nemesis now die to Challenge of Fire. Argent most likely dies to Challenge to Fire. Plus any other tangential damage. Spike Trap also. Well, Spike Trap goes after Glamour, at least, unless we accidentally take her out, even if Argent up's at 1. I think I just bring what I need. An ongoing card I can destroy later. And it helps fund the Flesh to Iron. I don't really feel like I need to worry too much about these card plays right now. Feels like we're doing better now. I want the Mortal Form. I think I want the No One to Hold Fast. I don't think I get to expect the worst, but we are healthier than we were last time. And then we have Quando Orda. Rignet gone. Playing Double Team, which again does the thing that it did. Oh, but we can do this thing, which is 3 damage. Anything we want that to go on? If we hit Rahazar, then it goes out. And that was a lot of damage from Rahazar. What deck is Rahazar again? A Greaser card? We could hit Greaser directly. On the other hand, Greaser goes out when Setback's taken out. Kinda just want to like focus on Capitan. Feels like Capitan's screwing things up the most. At least with Capitan, we have, like, the flip side of Capitan, we have a choice between ongoing destruction or discarding 2 cards. I think this one's dead. Setback plays exceeded expectations with 0 tokens. Oh no, he has 1. Oh, cool. Sure. Destroy Anubis, because I want the spike trap. And this plays Swarm of Scarabs. Oh right, yeah, that card. That's an awful one. And you have to discard, yes. Remember, destroying another ongoing card. It's gonna be this one. Alright, so this time Argent at Depth is alive this turn, which is good. Maybe we have to play a card. Maybe we don't. We don't draw cards with this out, but how do we destroy it? We don't want to, like, have to destroy it with, like, Oblivion, because that will do a lot of damage to us. We don't have environment destruction anywhere. We don't have the card that would have destroyed an environment card. We could know when to turn loose to kill it, but that would be brutal. Yeah, the problem with using Oblivion is that we still have Glamour and we have 4 Nemesis out. So that's damage that's redirecting to Scholar, Setback, and Nemesis. And unless we reveal very high numbers, the Swarm of Scarabs doesn't get taken out anyway. Just playing our Banishment in the trash. Oh yeah, we could heal the Slash for it. True. It's probably worth it. No. Peter. Newman. Okay, and we're not destroying those. Spike Trap's still going after Glamour and Remanta. Yeah, so that's fine. Both of these are also dying to the fire. Let's just take Glamour out. And now challenged by fire. And I don't think there's anything that cares about order. Enticing targets return. And Night Mist is hurty. We have ongoing fodder. I guess if Argent Adept survives, we can sacrifice Counterpoint Bulwark. I mean, the top part of my deck is looking up. Or not looking up, Silver Lining, so I don't have to play a card here. I could just do Risk to do it. And that way I have an ongoing to sacrifice. Otherwise, I'm just regaining 3 hit points, which is not that exciting. But I might as well do it. Another Vengeful Assault, as expected. And also Argent Adept is dead because Baron Blade, and I should have known that. Okay. Chiquito. And last time we did what? Like, don't dismiss anything or something? But I really want that Mortal Form to Energy in play. By any means. Now that, like... Now that Glamour is gone, I can, like... I don't need to, like, think too hard about damaging things. I do need to keep discard... Or I do need to be able to discard for my Flesh to Iron and Mortal Form to Energy, but I think that's fine. Yeah, he hits Enticing Target. It's just such an enticing target, right? Now, I don't have to hit this if I expect to not do any more damage on my turn because Spike Trap or Challenge of Fire takes it out. Is there anything else I'd rather hit? Like these Redirect. Also Nemesis Redirect. Is there something else? I hit Chiquito to get rid of one of his cards. Hit the hair so that Greaser hits himself. I will take one. I'll just hit Chiquito. I don't think Night Mist is gonna be actively dealing damage this turn. Off Tiempo again. And this time it's affecting Night Mist. Revealed a one-shot, discarding one-shots. How familiar. Feels like we've been down this road before. No more Oblivions for me. Chiquito steals the first card, I guess, so the order mattered, but it's fine. The good news is that Scholar didn't just discard 7 cards, because that was terrible. Also, there's no real reason to hit the hair because Spike Trap will hit it when it's negative anyway. Oh, the back doesn't have a -1 now. So that's not necessarily the easy decision. I guess Setback just incaps and then Greaser's gone. Maybe that's the easy solution there. I'm gonna take this damage. I want to keep Master of Magic if possible, maybe. Maybe Mistbound. But this redirects the Challenge of Fire damage. Order? Not really. Night Mist redirects, but that doesn't really matter. that's such a waste. So order did matter, but I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, Baron Blade and Capitan are sort of equal in where I want them out. Capitan might be more value because of the ongoing destruction, but she does on her flip side anyway. Too many guns. All of these are impossible to play right now. And then Chiquito stole the card, so I can't do that. Okay. If I play a card, I die. And I think the order of operations on this is generally that this effect happens before you do anything else on here, right? So I can't play Plucky Break. I can't even do anything with Plucky Break because I have one token, which is the worst number. 1 is the loneliest number. I can't even do this. This plays a card. And then Baron Blade kills me. But it's better for Baron Blade to kill me than for Ambuscade to kill me, because then Baron Blade would go after Night Mist. And Baron Blade plays negation bans. And that's kind of awkward. Because that screws up the ability of hitting him. How many non-hero cards there are? There are 9. I could play this and then negation bans makes it 0. Chiquito? I don't want to hit Baron Blade now. Chemical Redirection's pretty good. Saves Night Mist a little bit. Reveal the top card of each hero deck, discard any one-shots revealed this way, and then put... so there will be... okay. Top card of Night Mist deck is a one-shot. It got discarded. I mean, not that it matters, because your only card doesn't care about the top card of your deck. He has a flak jacket. I know what you're thinking. You got 3 HP. But it's totally okay. I'm still alive. I guess I could have killed negation bans with, like, the thing, now that I think about it. It's fine. That's fine. We're down to 2 villain character cards. It's all good. Bride of Anubis is coming out. All right, Ambuscade, you are revealing snares and putting a snare from trash. So we'll go next to Scholar. Your damage is 3 though. I mean it. Every deal damage also deals a second target damage, so Night Mist is dead anyway. At the end. And this is the one that says when... Oh, you're not even next to, so it doesn't actually do the thing. Okay. But you're not doing the damage, it's fine. Might as well do another one of those. Because -2 is pretty good. Oh, but that goes next to Night Mist. Nemesis? Well, that puts all the Nemesis into play. And that kills Night Mist. Also hit points for Desert Eagle from that card, apparently. Nope. And currently, Ambuscade's at 0 cards. We want to kill, like, Ambuscade. Because normally you would be putting Nemesis from your deck into play, but if you reshuffle, all your Nemesis are back. And we don't want that. No siree, Bob. We do not want that. Can wait on Grace Under Fire in case Baron Blade plays something. Let's just do the hit point thing. Probably want to kill negation bands with Grace Under Fire, though. That's the problem. Because currently we can't kill Baron Blade. He's regaining too much hit points. Alright, Alchemical Redirection is dead. Truth Seeker, I guess, but yeah. Grace Under Fire will kill Ambuscade. Alternatively, I do Idle Vamput here, Idle Vamput here. Gain a hit point there, so he's down to 4. And then we have a Spike Trap going. Negation Bands is lowest, so if he's down to 4, then Spike Trap goes and helps take out Ambuscade, so I can take out Negation Bands then. So now we actually can hit Baron Blade, but first... Whittle down Ambuscade. You can discard 2 cards to prevent this destruction at least. Probably gonna have you play Novan to hold fast on Setback's turn. Oh no, is this gonna play an Ambuscade card? Frick! Well, so much for that. Alright. Well, we no longer care about Ambuscade. Because, well, it doesn't matter. Except you're still lowest, so you're still dying and you're gonna get Glamour. Great! Fantastic. Well, then I don't need you to regain 1 hit point. You can just play the thing. Yeah, I should have realized that Greaser was going to be playing an Ambuscade card, which is going to reshuffle the deck. So now I'm not going to bother. You know, there's no reason to. Ooh, Anubis is back. More AoE. Almost kills Desert Eagle and Revolt. Hit Ambuscade first, because we're gonna get Nemesis back. And we want them to be dealt 2, 2, and 1. Order? No. At least Baron Blade's taking damage here. Taking out the negation bands is probably still fine. The game ends faster. It's just we didn't get the ideal no nemesis entering play from Ambuscade. Which one's worse? You're gonna deal more damage, I think. Maybe Glamour was worse. I don't think it matters. You were not destroyed, so Anubis does not retaliate. Aha! Fun turn. Five damage to Baron Blade, and then I lose my setup on my next turn. I mean, I could just play it on my next turn anyway. I'll have more cards for it anyway. Haha! Wait, I don't have any more Hell Eyes. Shoot! Forsooth! I guess actually Baron Blade would have killed himself. Well... somehow we managed to make this work. Somehow, some way. You win! This advanced vengeance game that was terrible because John stacked the decks terribly. How dare you? Man, that took 2 hours. Damn. Well, we're not gonna get to the next one because 2 hours is my limit. And normally this would be what we'd be doing next week, except next week is the monthly Oblivion match, but we can take a preview look. On the Brink. Challenge Plague-Rat versus Legacy, Ra, and Tachyon in the block. This one shot requires Rook City and Shattered Timelines. Yeah, we'll be getting to that in 2 weeks, because next week I am moving back to Thursdays, and that Thursday is September the 1st, which means that it is the monthly Oblivion match, and we'll see how that one goes. And then September 8th is when we will be doing this one shot. We'll no longer have the dates lined up with when the issues started and ended, unfortunately, but that was fun while it lasted. But we will still be looking at stuff that happened 5 years ago, basically. But yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the Monday Dolphins dives. We'll be back to our classic Thursday. We were originally Thursday, we moved to Friday once, back to Thursday. I think this is the first time I ever was on Monday, because that worked better for everyone involved. But yeah, my teaching schedule has always provided challenges of like every new semester. It's like, well, I can't do Thursday nights because I'm teaching Thursday nights. Well, I can't do Friday nights because I'm teaching Friday nights. And it is what it is. The new one should be up. Spirit Art Online. Welcome, heroes, to my new game. I call it Spirits on an Island. Can you survive the bubbling biomes and mysterious mayhem? As a bonus, all the spirits here are being remotely controlled by ordinary little humans in their homes. They think you are the invaders and want to destroy you. Watch out! The scholar pushed his glasses up on his nose. The who are in the what now? The idealist replied, don't worry, Gramps. I play bi-weekly online all the time. This should be a piece of cake. This one shot requires Mini Pack 2, Wrath of the Cosmos, Mini Pack 3, Vengeance, Mini Pack 5, Voidguard, and Oblivion. This is referencing the fact that today was the release of Spirit Island multiplayer. be sure to check that out if you are a Spirit Island fan and own the game, or otherwise have been waiting to purchase the game because it did not support multiplayer. The developers have been working on this for months, and we've been demoing it every Saturday on Spirit Island Saturdays, and you too can now enjoy it. It's quite fun. Multiplayer is, of course, very fun. For the people that didn't want to purchase it because they figured it wasn't feature complete because it didn't have multiplayer enabled, well, you know, Handelabra Games is a small company consisting of like less than 10 people. So it kind of takes time and effort for them to be able to produce quality content. But I've known them for like 8 years now, and they do deliver. They always deliver. It takes time, but would you rather it be released now? Well, it was released now. Or would you rather it be released in 3 months but working, you know? You can have it fast or you can have it right. Which would you prefer? Well, in the world of programming, you kind of want it right, because if it's released fast and doesn't work, then it's worse than it not releasing anyway. But yeah, be sure to check out Spirit Island if you are so inclined. If you don't know what Spirit Island is, or you would like to see someone play it, be sure to check out Spirit Island Saturdays every Saturday at 2 p.m. at twitch.tv/HandelabberGames, featuring usually myself, usually John, and usually Seamus. We were suspiciously absent last Saturday. Not actually suspicious. I had to back out because it was my mother's birthday. John had to back out because he's a bitch, and I'm just kidding. And Seamus was also out for that weekend, and I think that there was miscommunication somewhere. Some wires didn't get crossed or something, but we should be here this Saturday. At the very least, I do not have Saturday plans. At least this weekend. I haven't commented too much on this publicly, but I have started a new job that I'll be working 2 nights a week randomly. It should be good for Dolphin's Dive. I've requested Thursdays off, but I will sometimes be out on Saturdays. It is Saturday nights, but my shifts start at 4:30, and I don't know that I can necessarily do a 2 to 4 stream and then go work. I don't know. I don't know yet how it'll be like. I'm literally starting tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, Spirit Island Saturdays every Saturday at 2 p.m. What other streams we have? Handelabra Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. They will probably be discussing the Sentinels of Earth Prime Kickstarter that ended today as well. Has been successfully funded. Hit 2 of the stretch goals for mini pack content and something else, I think. I don't remember what the second stretch goal was. Maybe the second one was Advanced and Challenge, or Challenge and Ultimate. I don't remember. The one we didn't hit was Challenge and Ultimate. But usually the way that those things go is that they also factor in the mobile purchases, because the Kickstarter does not support mobile, because Apple and Android are pretty bad at allowing for you to have a Kickstarter for mobile content, or promising for digital keys to be released. I'll leave it to John to confirm or deny. Variants, that's what it was. Yeah. The variants / promos, as it used to be, for the heroes in Sentinels of Earth Prime will also be not necessarily included on release, but will be released. Depends on how Handelabra decides to release their content. I know when Sentinels of the Multiverse was originally released digitally, variants were not included. Although at the time they were promos, variants were the coinage, or not coinage, were the verbiage that was coined by Jeremy Handel, to make the digital content exclusive. Not exclusive, but premiere. I don't know what words I'm saying. I'm just letting you in on the fact that I've known Handelabra for such a long time that I can speak as to its history. But yeah, as usual, quality content takes time, so don't expect everything to be released soon. Trademark. Yeah, Handelabra Live Tuesday. We'll see what they do. I will not be here tomorrow because I have my first shift, as I said. And Luck of the Seamus every Friday at 4 p.m. and Spirit Island Saturdays at 2. If you enjoy Handelabra content and you would like to get more, the Handelabra family includes Sentinels of the Multiverse, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, Aeon's End, and Spirit Island. It's been a while since I've done One Deck Dungeon or Spirit Island on this stream. I've done Spirit Island on Spirit Island Saturdays, of course. I thought about doing One Deck Dungeon here and there, but I don't know. Not really in a One Deck Dungeon mood at the moment, I guess. we'll get back to it at some point. There's not really any like one shots there or any like there is a gauntlet, but I don't think there's like, what would you call it, campaign. There's not a campaign mode. I don't know, it's hard for me to get into something when it's just one-off games. I should play it every now and then, but we'll get back to it eventually. If you like me or want to see more of me, follow me at twitch.tv/logicdolphin. Recently, I've been playing Final Fantasy 13 Randomizer, and I'll probably also be partaking in 13.2 and Lightning Returns Randomizer. And if you don't know what a randomizer is, or you're not sure why someone could enjoy games from the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy, be sure to give me a follow or just watch me. I'm as fun there as I am here, also as informative. But yeah, that will be it for this week. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed your stay, and I'll be back next Thursday for Thursday night's Dolphins Dives. Have a good night, everyone.